What is up, everybody? Circon here, bringing you guys another replay. This time around, I am actually playing and doing a replay cast of one of my own games that I played. I think it was last Wednesday, and on Wednesday, with the 9.20 patch hit, and so did Grand Battles, I decided to try out a lot of the Tier 8 premiums, or a lot of them. I mostly tried out the Russian 2-4-100 stuff like that. You've seen the replay on the channel as well, but I also wanted to check out the Jagd because that actually got buffed for once. And the buff is not even that sick. It is actually just all in the traverse rate and in the traverse instances affecting the traverse as well. Basically making it as maneuverable as the tier 9 Jagdtiger. And obviously it is Jagdtiger, and being a premium, this tank actually did not get the lower plate nerfed like the tier 9 did. And that's all they really did. They also changed the gun bloom for when you're turning your tank as well, slightly. So not super big on the changes, as we kind of screw it up here. Obviously he just shot my lower plate, easy shot for him, and I'm at a really bad angle here, getting RT'd as well. But like I said, that's all that changes is the first speed, but it actually makes a pretty big difference, because that's the one thing I really hated on the Yak-88, especially compared to the tier 9. And I 3-marked the tier 9 Jagdtiger. Obviously this is a sort of a different beast just because of the gun and the matchmaking. But the reverse is actually a really nice buff to it, because now, as we get RT'd again, really rough start here. We're almost, you know, at half health already. And but that's all they did. I thought they were also gonna buff the power to weight, but that's actually exactly the same. Now, as far as premiums go, I mean, this tank, you know, it's not horrible. Now with the traverse, it still doesn't have a turret. It's still, you know, pretty damn slow, 38 top speed, stuff like that. But there's, it's pretty damn nice that it has limited matchmaking, because currently tier 8s get so many tier 10 games. It's pretty ridiculous, and these, you know, special matchmaking tanks kind of look good if you compare it to that. Is it the best premium tank? No, not at all. But like, is it a lot more usable? Yeah, for sure. I would like to see some buffs actually, maybe not to the horsepower, because I think that's the same as the tier 9s, that'd be a bit weird. But I would actually like to see a buff, and you'll see me using actually quite a lot of premium ammo in this game. So if you're gonna get triggered about that, you know, we have to use it, because the basement is 203 on an AP shell, and it's 237 on APCR. Now, back in the day, this used to be decent enough, because you don't see tier 10s, obviously, and there were no Japanese heavies, there were no super heavies of the Germans that had, you know, a lot of armor. The VKB didn't have a lot of armor back in the day, stuff like that. And nowadays, I feel for a TD that is not very movable, and the gun, you know, is low alpha, and you know, you need medium to long range engagements even with the low alpha, because that's where the armor really works. Now this is a bit tricky. I'm just gonna talk about the replay here. Is that I have to, if you look at the mini map, the UDAS and the WSN 121 FT are both here. Now that's really awkward for two reasons, because I need to kill these guys so they can stop spotting me all the time. And the other thing that's awkward is that I have to pretty much load APCR for the WZ 120 unless he shows his lower plate, which is not gonna, because it's in the June. And my other target is the UDAS, which I can easily pen with AP, but it's gonna screw with my reloads, as we're gonna take out some of these lower tiers. And the lower tiers will have issues penning you, especially the tier 6s. I just really poorly showed, like, my, I think the back of my tank there was really poor positioning as I go up the castle, basically. And now that WZ 120 is spotted, I have the APCR loaded, and that's when we can, I think I still need to high roll these shots to pen that guy, actually. Now the UDAS get spotted, but do you really reload to AP and lose this shot? Because you know the UDAS is gonna disappear. We're gonna put another shot at him, so you know he's gonna disappear. You're gonna have to just put shots in, and the UDAS just disappeared, of course. Now we got spotted again. We try to take out this WZ 120, but we have really awkward shots. I don't want to show too much because he can kill me, of course. So I'm trying to angle, I'm trying also not to get shot by the UDES, and this is just really hairy, and this is really sour because this is where, you know, a lot of credits are being drained. Like if the other guy, the other W's head was also a UDES, I would have made so many more credits here. But being a premium tank, don't worry about it, we still actually made money at the end of this game. As we kill both of those guys. Now, most of those are finally down. We're finally done with this flank. It took quite a long time, as you can see. And the team is 10 against 10, so that's fairly even. Trying to get some shots in the VK there. But our biggest worry right now is scouts. They still have a Type 64, we have a T-71. And it's all about the spotting now in Erlenberg. And Erlenberg being the bad map that it is, because let's be real, this is just a really poor map. This is how we usually win Erlenberg is whoever crosses the bridge in the early game is basically a dead man. So we just killed, you know, a fourth of the team, if not a little bit more in this flank, because they crossed the bridge and actually took out a significant amount of us. And I think we crossed the bridge as well in quite a significant number. And now we lost the IKEA up north here on a 3. And the Type 64 is on 371 health, and he can do a lot of damage. This map in late game is extremely nice for scouts, because they can swoop around, you know, you can go to K line and go around, you can go A line and go around once the defenses are a little bit down. We take out the VK though, so it's 11 versus 11. And luckily our T-71 is still alive. I can spot it here. I guess it's the Type 64 from my right. So there's not much else that can really spot me, so I'm trying to, you know, stay hull down here. Load the AP, because I know it's going to be the Type 64 or the T-29. And against these lower tiers, 201 should be enough. But again, in today's Royal Tanks, Japanese heavies, stuff like that, a lot of newer vehicles, the T-44, the Russian mediums, turret armors being buffed, stuff like that. And there's a lot, or even the hull of a T-54 prototype, for example. This 201 pen is literally outdated at this point in time, if you ask me. Especially for a tank without a turret that is not maneuverable and cannot get around the sides of tanks that easily, if at all. So here I'm just trying to catch the Type 64 off guard, but he's actually faster than I thought he would be. So I have to retreat again, and you will see the Type 64 is being a little bit cocky here, and this is where the diverse rate comes in. In the old Yak 88, I would have never ever been able to catch this Type 64 like that. And I think he also got caught off by surprise because this is the first day of these buffs, and he probably hasn't met a Yak 88 yet because they're not that popular. So here trying to get some shots into the hull, going for the tracking shot as well, don't actually get it. Now we have another shot, and we screw that one up, but he also backed out. I think he was pretty much all down when I shot him. Shoot him in the turret and it bounces. Now they have two IKEAs, I'm here with the Tiger. IKEA shows up, I can actually HE these guys, and a lot of people are catching up to the fact that you can HE the Swedish tanks, the Swedish CDs rather well, even the tier 6 and 7, even though they don't look that HEable like a Rheinmetall or something. And especially the IKEA looks like it should have some armor, but has absolutely nothing. So now we're kind of stuck in between everyone. But luckily for me, I'm you know, positioned myself between these two buildings, so they can't really go around me or, you know, get right behind me, because I'll just hug the wall, basically. And I really missed some shots here. And this is where I'm kind of cursing the gun, and then we finally get the tracking shot after the first two misses. As you can see, I already started aiming for his retreat, but he didn't use it, and even in, you know, he was tracked, so the blind shot was easy to connect there. T-29 is still alive, and keep in mind, this is still anybody's game. The T-29 being hauled down versus the Tiger 1 is interesting. If the Tiger is smart, he'll just rush him down, but we haven't seen the other IKEA in a little while now, and if he's behind the T-29 now, which he could be with his speed, we could still be in a little bit of trouble here. Well, Tiger 1 engages T-29, he gets shot in return, Tiger does not connect any shots. And this is, you know, where I kind of just make the decision, like, I need to kill this guy. And it's a bit of a risk, because if the T-29 shoots me, I'm a one-shot for the IKEA. If the IKEA tracks me, you know, we still have a repair kit, but things will start getting really ugly really quickly. Now he's on 251 health, I have 240 alpha, I could high roll him, and that's what we're hoping for here, but we have to ram him for the remaining 18 damage there, and we also spot the IKEA. in doing so. And now I'm just gonna angle as much as possible, instantly repair, fire a blind shot as where I last spotted him. Loaded the HE as well this time around for the IKEA. Trying to just mess with him as much as possible, and I'm just gonna charge as far as I can now, because IKEA is a lot faster than my Yak-88, and we actually spot him running away. And this is gonna be an awkward shot for me. There's so many buildings in the way. So I was looking for a shot here, but I should have just gone straight for the bridge, right? I should have just not wasted any time and just gone straight for the bridge, but that's all always in hindsight. Like, if I connected an HE shot to the IKEA, I think I can even kill him then. Because the Tiger one actually connected a shot there, 295. So, you know, the tank buffs to it is nice. It does make it a lot more playable, and it's finally kind of the same maneuverability as the tier 9 Jagdtiger, which again I quite like to play, but it has the high alpha memes, you know. But this with limited matchmaking, the first buff is rather nice. Like I said, I would like to see a little bit of a pen buff, maybe giving it the Tiger 1 pen. I think that is already a lot better. Let me just double check that. Let me just double check that. The top gun is 200 feet, and that's actually exactly this gun, of course. It's the Yak-88, of course. I was actually thinking that the Tiger 1 for some reason had a higher pen than these two shots, but it's the same gun. I know it's also an 88, it's in the name, I get it. Hello YouTube comments. And speaking about this game though, the Tiger 1 is going around on the left. He's on 266 health. He has to watch out quite a bit. And the IKEA just ran away. IKEA has, you know, decent-ish camo. And I'm just telling the Tiger to go cap, because we are gonna run out of time here with 300. Well, I guess 340 seconds like that. But yeah, less than, well, 3.5 minutes to go. It takes, you know, slightly below 2 minutes, I think, to cap solo. 1 minute 50 or something like that. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna cap, because my slow Jagdtiger is not gonna perform any miracles here. So I'm just looking. IKEA gets spotted by the Tiger. Tiger puts another shot in, which is really nice, but then the Tiger in return, with the return fire, dies. 91 health, and you know, what are you gonna do in a situation like this? And I hate doing this, because this is the way I win games in the end game, is when the enemy goes into a cap circle, because then now the enemy knows exactly where I am, and he can choose basically the rules of engagement here. He can check. He can go wherever he wants. He could even, if he's feeling risky, he could even go all the way around and down again. I think with an IKEA you can actually get away with that, and if that happens, I'm totally exposed here. And if I was him, I was maybe even try and double push something in the side here. But I'm expecting him to show up pretty much right in front of me, because the timer is relatively short and he's probably panicking. So I'm standing still, you know, getting maximum camo, even though we don't have a lot of camo, but getting the most out of my camo that I can. Don't be one of those guys that runs around in circles and stuff like that. It doesn't really work unless you're in a really fast tank, I guess. And these are my best thoughts. So I get spotted, instantly try and change my position, and then we connect the shot. So as you can see, I got spotted, 6 cents, and I instantly turn my vehicle a little bit, maximizing armor, hopefully. Like, he could have been to my left, of course. He's never going to be to my right. So I instantly turned left a little bit. We bounced the shot, even though we were not a one-shot for him. And with our really good view range, we actually managed to just straight up kill him in a return fire. And that was a pretty good game, if I do say so myself. You know, being top tier though, there was a lot of tier 6s, but I figure you guys want to see, or some of you guys want to see what they did to the Yak-88 and how it handles. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The buffs have been pretty okay to it. I would still kind of like to see a pen buff to it for current state. Real tanks. Obviously same pen as the Tiger, but the Tiger's at tier 7, so that is a little bit awkward. But it's a lot more playable now. It's still not the best thing out there, but I do think that the first helps it a lot, especially in like city fights and stuff like that, where you can move for a little bit. You also have to remember that being able to traverse fast means you can, you know, angle your armor and wiggle around a lot better and more efficiently, and thus making city fighting a little bit better as well. So overall, a pretty decent tank now. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Let's take a quick look at the post game here. Obviously, we got an ace. I don't think the ace requirements in this are that high, but we got almost 1700 basic speed, which is pretty good. We picked up 8 kills. The rest of the team did not do too much. The Tiger one helped out in the end, though, being full health for the longest time. And the scout did decent, but we did almost all of the heavy carrying in this one. And unfortunately, we did have to use the APCR against the WS at 120, which kind of sucks because that means we only made 31,000 credits. Now, that's also because I use a large repair kit. Large repair kits help with the repairs, and if you don't have a turret, you want to have fast repairs so you can angle your armor straight away again. So lately on turretless tanks, I've been running large repair kits just for that little bit extra. I think it's 10% extra repair speed, which does help quite a bit, especially in these Jagd 88 things. So yeah, pretty good game. Only made 31k. If it was almost anything else in tier 8, because the armor in these things is quite nasty actually. So I'm gonna play it today on Monday as well. I didn't have it yet, but we got it gifted, so we're gonna play that today as well. So made 31k, got a shitload of XP. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Maybe check out more of my videos. I have a lot more videos coming up, of course. Hopefully we'll get some highlights in today's stream. So if you don't know, you should know, but I live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Riddle Tanks for 7 hours straight, starting at 5 till midnight. And today is Monday, so we're going to stream some Riddle Tanks again since I'm done with the move. Anyway, hope to catch you guys there, or, see you guys in the comment section on YouTube, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.